What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. It's episode 166. Welcome back to the show. Hey, what's up? It's Jacqueline. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, fucking Wednesday. Welcome back to the show. Hi, how's it going? Let's do a podcast. First off, hit that subscribe button. I'm here 7 days a week. I'm prepared today. I am prepared. Normally I do an audio diary. I sit and talk about my life. I talk about my day-to-day shit, but today is all about current events, stuff I've learned on the internet, during my journey of social media addiction. One day at a time, I'm getting a little bit more and more addicted, and I'm learning as I'm getting addicted, so it's positive. Is it illegal? I'm looking at my dog right now. Is it illegal to fucking feed them like exclusively dog treats instead of their dog kibble? Because I'm trying to keep him occupied right now, and I just put a shit ton of treats in his bowl. And he's probably going to have diarrhea, but, all right. Anyways, guys, another thing, here's one thing to report about my personal life before I go over some, news, some crazy ass updates going on in the world. It's like, here's where I'm at with the dog and my lifestyle. As you know, I have a golden retriever puppy, and, you know, he's perfect. Everything's amazing. However, it's there's a lot of cleanup involved. There's a lot of extra grime around my apartment. I'm a little bit of a clean freak. Where am I going with this? I'm gonna have to be a fucking Zamboni driver every night around my apartment. Like, I have this mop in my shower every single night for like I've been doing this recently. You know, he's sleeping, he's ready to go to bed. I go get that mop out of the shower. I get it really cleaned up. And I go around my apartment, like back and forth with the mop. And I clean up all the grime because it accumulates all day. And I get really stressed out, especially in the morning when I wake up and there's like a film of his fucking like fur and little speckles of dirt. And I have white floors in my kitchen. I don't know, do I buy one of those robots? Do I buy one of those floor robots? How do dogs do with those? I'm sure they're fine once they get used to it, but I feel like right now in his puppy face, he'd fucking sit on it and he would get ran over by it. He'd like chew it up. I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like, you know how at the skate parks or whatever the fuck, the skating rinks, they have to go over the ice to cover up all the skate tracks at the end of the day. I have an allergic reaction happening right now on my wrist, guys. I got this cheap ass skin flesh toned white person flesh toned. How do I say? Can you even say nude anymore? Like, is that not okay now? It's like a tan shade Apple Watch strap, and it's like burning my skin off. I don't know what the material is, but it was like $12. But I'm like, I just took it off. I need to probably buy something high class and or just use the one that it came with, the Apple issued one. So yeah, I'm just kind of like, that's my current life update. I just feel like my routine of my end of the day is like, okay, put on my skincare, brush my teeth, all that stuff. Bedtime stuff, and then I go to the fucking shower and whip out a mop, and I have to make sure he's asleep or else he'll come after me and just like get all over it and jump on me. So anyways, I kind of want to cut to the chase here. I don't know, GameStop, like, I don't know how to transition. I don't have transition music, but I guess let's just get into it. Here's how this episode's gonna go. I got some updates about the world, current events, and then I'm gonna do an intermission and read, I think it was like an 8-paragraph essay my neighbor wrote and posted on the mailboxes about a toilet seat issue. So there's going to be an intermission that's kind of light and fun about that. And then I'm going to end it with TikToks, shit I learned on TikTok, you know, something light and fun at the end. And I don't know. He's done eating his treats. Okay, I don't know. I'm going to stop. I should just like ignore him during this episode. My wrist really hurts. That kind of like, it's literally like my skin is like burning off. It looks like I got a sunburn. It's peeling. How's your Wednesday? I mean, it's middle of the week. To be honest, I usually do like, what did I do today? It was like a work day. Okay, that's it. All right, here we go. I don't even know where to start. I have a lot of thoughts about these things I'm going to read. This is going to be rant heavy. I will be letting my fucking gums flap, and I'm going to be extra negative and pissed off in this next segment. So just, you're going to be pissed off. You should be pissed off too. If you're not, I don't know. I mean, your opinion's valid, and maybe school me in my DMs. Let me know why these things are great for our country and for our world. Here we go. Fucking Oregon Department of Education said asking students to show their work in math class is a form of white supremacy. First news of the day here. They're promoting in Oregon a fucking teacher program that seeks to undo racism in mathematics. There's a toolkit given to the teachers now in Oregon that includes a list of ways white supremacy culture allegedly infiltrates math classrooms. I'm going to go to a different website here that I saw. Fucking New York Post. Here we go. Adding wokeness, Oregon promotes teacher program to subtract racism in mathematics. The Oregon Department of Education recently encouraged teachers to register for training that encourages ethno-mathematics and argues, among other things, that white supremacy manifests itself in the focus on finding the right answer. I'm not going to add any comments. I'm just going to read this. An Oregon Department of Education newsletter sent last week advertises a February 21st Pathway to Math Equity micro course, which is designed for middle school teachers to make use of a toolkit dismantling racism in mathematics. Okay. Hey. I know, he's pissed. All right, me too. The concept of mathematics being purely objective is unequivocally false, and teaching it is even much less so. Who the fuck thought of this? Sorry. Like, this is why I was saying, I think yesterday, that there's like a new brain. There's like a new fucking human type, like brain type that's so, like, the point is, like, who would think this? Who would ever think that having a student show their work on paper, on their homework or whatever the fuck, or going up on the board in class and showing how they're going to solve the problem in math, is a form of white supremacy? Show me, there's 7 billion people in this world. There is, how in the fuck did somebody, I know that makes sense, because obviously that anything is possible with, there's so many people, of course people have strange thoughts and would fucking come up with that, but it's a fucking reach. It's a fucking reach. Fuck you, Oregon. I'm not into this. I hope no other state starts doing this shit. Guys, this world is fucked. Get me out. Elon, I'll volunteer. I'll go to Mars first. I'll fucking get on that jet. I'll fucking go. Get me out of here. He's looking at my cookies. I have a thing of cookies sitting on the counter. Dude, you're gonna die if you eat chocolate. You can't have those. Dude, I'm getting my period if you can't tell by my angst. Is that TMI? I never want to talk about that, but you know what? As a girl who's on the microphone 7 days a week, talking to you like a friend, that's what's up, okay? It's on its way. And I'm that type of chick where I need those types of items in my household during my God damn it. I need like my chocolate and shit, okay? Jim, please don't eat my sweatshirt. That hurts. Here, where's your toy? Wait, I should just ignore him. He'll ignore me. Okay. I'm going to take a drink of my LaCroix and settle down. I kind of want to keep reading this, but I also have other stuff to talk about. Let's just go to the next topic. So yeah. Showing your work in math is fucking, apparently it's a form of white supremacy. And I need to know who came up with that, and I need to go fucking egg their house. Let's all fucking go egg their house. They need to be under that person, whoever the fuck came up with this should be executed. No, that's too extreme. They should be like their brain needs to be studied. This is a new brain. This is not normal. Next fucking thing here. I'm just going to move on. Here we go. Let's go over the pond. Let's cross the pond. Let's go to England. UK hospital replaces the term breast milk with human milk to be more inclusive. Need I say more? I mean, what the fuck? Again, what the fuck? A hospital in the United Kingdom announced on Wednesday that it will begin using language that is more inclusive of transgender and non-binary people in its facilities. Our approach has been carefully considered to be inclusive of trans and non-binary birthing people without excluding the language of... I should actually try hard because I can actually do an accent. I fucking sucked at that. Our approach has been carefully considered to be inclusive of trans and non-binary birthing people without excluding the language of women or motherhood. Brighton and Sussex Maternity said on Twitter. What other words are they changed up here? I think they have a whole list. Fucking A. It's like this is what all this woke stuff reminds me of. The comparison in my brain is like, because again, I don't jive with any of this. I don't get it. I just think it's like, here's what I have to say. I think a lot of it is, how do I say this? It's never the people within coming out and and promoting the fact that they feel, like, for example, it's not like the transgender community is leading the pack and saying, hey, you guys should call it human milk. It's always woke people that they have a normal life. They're usually, everything's fine for them. A lot of times they're like middle-aged white women. That's just what in my, what I observe, and I'm just taking inventory of things I see on the internet and social media circling around. It's a lot of like middle-aged white women that are fucking rich and like their lives are good, and they're like, oh well, we've never, guys. It's like they sit around and fucking drink their tea and go, I wonder, it must suck for transgenders that we call it breast milk. Oh, it must suck really bad. They must really hate it. We should go and reach out to them and see if changing it would make them feel better about being alive on this planet, and that they would feel more included and more like, so it's like other people babysitting these these groups, these tiny minority like tiny pockets of our population, and then in turn everything flips. Now all of society has to adjust to fit their fucking needs and their wants, and it's like, and it was literally created out of thin air. How many fucking years have we called it breast milk? For all of time. It comes from a breast. It is milk. There's human milk. Okay, here. There's a 19-page document that has a table of gender-inclusive language that staff can use. Let's fucking read it. Page not found. Yeah, I hope it was banned. 404 error, bitch. Guys, I get sweet sometimes, and I also get salty. And today's a salty episode. Just fly with it with me. Just let's just. I'm pissed. Okay, so. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. I am looking forward to a time when this standard of inclusive care is in fact business as usual for the whole of the NHS, National Health Service, that's over in the UK. That being said, okay, Jimmy, you're killing the vibe. Please don't eat my microphone cord. This is so hard to podcast with a puppy. That being said, improvement has to start somewhere, and I'm particularly proud of all the hard work our service has put into this award-winning work. Oh my God. Calling it's award-winning work to fucking change it from breast milk to human milk. That is the biggest fucking cringe, flop, dumbass thing I've ever seen in my life. I never thought I'd live in a world this fucking stupid. It's just like a bunch of unnecessary bullshit. Isn't it? Or am I just being, or do I just have white privilege and my life is so good I don't have to worry about any of this shit? Fuck it. Let's just move on. Let's rant. Let's bitch about an Anderson Cooper quote. CNN's Anderson Cooper compared the Capitol riots to the Rwanda genocide. All right, guys, let's go to worldvision.org and read about the Rwanda genocide and compare it to the fucking Capitol riots. See, so Anderson Cooper compared the fucking Capitol riot to the Rwanda 800,000 deaths genocide. I don't know my history that well. I did watch Hotel Rwanda. I do recall there was mass execution spanning over something like 100 days. It was a brutal slaughter. And according to worldvision.org, 800,000 people fucking died. So 800,000, like a handful, the Capitol riots. I don't even know. I feel like a lot of those deaths happened after the fact with people committing suicide, I guess, right? Like there was the one woman shot, but who? Okay, so what the fuck? Let's put his head under a fucking microscope and let's read it. Just like the fucking person in Oregon thinking that mathematics, showing your work in mathematics is a form of white supremacy. These brains need to be fucking studied. Is there actually like news about that? Is he getting like blown up for this? Anderson Cooper, Rwanda. There's like a bunch of fucking pictures of him reporting in Rwanda. Yeah. Here we go. Guys, what world do we live in? Like, what the fuck? Okay, let me see here. I just don't want to read all these quotes. It's just like a bunch of bullshit. It's as if, I think what he meant, my sister's calling. Can I just answer this? Tell her on podcast. I think he meant like that's going to be the future if this shit continues. We'll turn into fucking Rwanda. Hey, I'm podcasting. You want to be on speaker?
Not really.
Okay, I'll just call you back. I'm going to end it in like 15.
We want to know if you... Jacqueline, all we want to know is that letter addressed to you?
No, that was my neighbors fighting, and I thought it was hilarious. I thought it'd be fun for you guys to read.
How did you get the letter?
It was posted on the mailboxes. I'm actually going to read it on the podcast and, like, talk about it.
Oh, my God. So
no,
funny.
I'm not in trouble or anything, no.
I was like, what in the heck? My sister's banging on the... Wow, okay.
Well, you know I don't put the toilet seat... Wait. Yeah, you know I keep the toilet seat up.
Yeah, no, I know that. Okay, well, we were concerned. We thought that you were getting, like, a letter from your, you know...
No. It's my two neighbors fighting. I think it's a school teacher and then the vegan.
Why would a law student be acting like that?
I don't know. She's like, I have to work at home. I have to study at home because I'll read. I just want to read it. I'm teasing you right now, but I'll read it to the podcast people.
Jacqueline, I've read the whole thing.
I know, but I'm literally recording right now.
Okay, well, you can edit this portion out because you know I don't like to be on your podcast.
Okay, well, I'll call you back. How about that?
Well, I'm going to go to bed, but we can talk tomorrow.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, I think it's funny. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, so let's switch gears. Let's pivot. Jim, hey. Ready? Get it. He needs my attention right now. Sorry, I'm just like, you know, I'm not stopping this recording. He's humping my leg. He's humping my leg. Jimmy! Okay. Moving on. We got next story. The nation's largest health insurer wants to match doctors with patients based on race. This is United Healthcare. And here we go. A presentation from the nation's largest health insurance company encourages matching doctors and patients based on their race, despite finding discomfort with the idea in company surveys. Doing it anyways, even though this is fucking racist. Like, literally, this is... So, how is being racist not racist? Like, how is this fine? This is literally racist. After the title slide, the December 2020 United Healthcare presentation presents as an opportunity the problem that currently doctors and patients do not segregate enough based on race and claims benefits of doing so. Consumers would like to establish relationships with physicians who they are comfortable with. Physicians of similar backgrounds, life experience, etc. One demographic factor that facilitates comfort is race, and currently this is not available in our physician directories. Clinical evidence shows that consumers benefit from having physicians of same race for diagnosis and treatment of frequently occurring... You know what? I just... You know what? I actually I'm gonna take back what I initially thought. I think this is one of those things that goes without being said. Like, if you get to pick your doctor, if you get to be picky and choosy, and you know you go to everything's online now. You go look at everyone's picture and you see that there's a black doctor, and you can select them on when you log into your the provider website or whatever. Like, pick the black doctor if you're black. Pick the white doctor if you're white. Pick the woman doctor if you're a woman, if you want a woman over a man. Like, it goes without being said. I feel like people already do this, and I think naturally that makes sense. Like, you want to be comfortable, and if you're used to a certain if race affects you if you're a racist motherfucker and you don't want to... No, I think we're very what's the word? We like our kind, and we flock to our kind. At the end of the day, that's just a natural thing that happens. If you watch kids, like I just remember being in school, and it was like, and I went to a high school where it was like 70% Mexicans, and it's like all the Mexican kids hung out with each other because it wasn't like, oh, the white kids don't like the Mexicans, no, it was like they just like, you like your kind, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like we didn't, it's literally like there's no bad juju or energy between the two groups. It's just like the way it is. So I think this is fine. I just think like making it a thing now and making a whole presentation about it seems unnecessary. Again, this is something that seems like it wasn't an issue, and like they're just making it a thing now, when I feel like people already do this. In fact, one of my doctors right now is black, and I don't even think about it or care, or I literally, I'm like friends with her. I don't care. It's like not, and I no, my therapist is Indian. Like, this would never cross my mind. I don't know. Okay. So there's a headline, just some bullshit. I'm trying to see if there's quotes here. I don't care. Oh, Governor Cuomo. Mayor Cuomo? Is he fucking governor or mayor? What the fuck is he? Here we go. Governor Cuomo. Yeah, I knew that. Isn't there, what's Mayor Garcetti, right? Duh. Now there's news out that he fucking purposely hid the nursing home death toll data so the feds wouldn't find out. So here on New York Times, we got Cuomo faces revolt. Cuomo faces revolt as legislators move to strip him of pandemic powers. Well, in other news, Biden's sending his fucking state $50 million out of that package. So if you fuck up, Biden will bail your state out. So that's also, that's just like a side. I just want to insert that package, that big stimulus package. It's got a hefty check going to New York. So yeah. Is that based on population? I don't give a fuck. Oh God, I wonder what California's getting. Dude, Texas doesn't have power. Should I talk about that right now? Jesus. Okay. I should read the news more often. I like this. Democratic lawmakers have began to challenge Governor Andrew Cuomo. Okay. Is there anything juicy here? You guys probably might already know about this. Yeah. Impeach him. Get rid of him. He's at, like, this is where, okay, this is okay. This should be automatic. You get the fuck out. You're done. Jail. If this man continues as governor, after this comes out, and if this proves to be true, I'm gonna move to Canada. I don't know. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. This is just, it's the whole, like, now that I'm older and a little wiser, I'm looking around, and I literally thought, like, growing up, you're like, oh, the politicians know everything. They're, like, you know, in power or in charge, and they're, like, taking care of all of us, and, you know, we can look up to them. And now I'm like, okay, looking around going, shit's fucked. I'm swearing a lot on this episode, and I'm not trying not to. Sometimes, you guys, you know how on other episodes I'm like, oh, I'm swearing too much. Oh, I should tone it back, or I should dial it back. Not this one. What's next? We got some bullshit here about White House lawyers told Mina Harris to stop using Aunt Kamala's image or whatever to build her brand. And I went to her Instagram, I'm like, what's her brand? So Mina Harris is Kamala's niece. You know what? Let her do it. She's almost to 1 million on Instagram. This is her fucking year to get to 1 million. Let her put Kamala on her stuff. Let her use Kamala to build her brand. I'm rooting for Mina. Mina, if I was in your position and I saw 813K on my Instagram following, and I knew that my aunt was in power, and, you know, I could use her name and her image to help me. And she's the founder and CEO of Phenomenal. I should reach out to her. Female-powered lifestyle brand bringing awareness to causes and culture. Yeah, okay, we know it's 100% black owned. Okay, women led. Awesome. Get the official phenomenon. I'm just, I'll be honest, I don't know how I feel about calling attention to black owned businesses. Like, I guess here's what I have to say about all that stuff, especially when I go to the apps where it's like black owned restaurants to order from or black movies to watch on Netflix or whatever. How do I say this? I just feel like having everything should be on the same. I believe in equality, right? Across everybody. Everyone has the same value. Everyone is this. Everyone, it matters. I thought all lives matter people were fucking dumb at first, but I'm starting to get it. I'm like, if we're highlighting it, it's like, how do I say this? I just feel like it doesn't need to be said. Like it should, that's like making it, I don't know, fucking A. I probably shouldn't say that, but we shouldn't even include, like, here's it. I don't know. I just don't see it. I just don't see the real life. I don't see our reality, the physical world. The physical world and the virtual world do not match each other. And I think we need to bridge that gap. And I think one of the big things we need to do is stop making race such a big issue. Because when you're out in the world, it fucking isn't. It literally isn't. And what's your direct experience with that? Is your direct experience with that if you're if you've experienced racism over the course of your 30 years of life, and in second grade you were the only, colored person in class, and someone made fun of you, and then you have that documented as experiencing racism, and then a few times throughout your life it's happened, but it's like right now, for the most part, everything's fucking fine, right? I know there still is racism. I'm not saying there isn't. I'm not ignorant to that. I'm just saying that it seems so extreme when you go to the internet and you look at how it's being talked about, and then you go out in the world and it's like not that at all. So anyways, yeah, Mina Harris, I'm rooting for you. Just, but also, like, do it yourself, man. Like, it's your brand. You don't need Kamala's help. I think it's cool that your aunt's a VP, but like, it's your time to shine here. Let me just go to her book here. Actually, I'm not logged in on Chrome. I don't know. I should just pivot. Let's just do this. Let's just read this letter from my neighbors. Okay, so I go out on a walk tonight, and I go to my my mailbox, right? And I read this, and at first I got scared. I thought it was about me. Okay, I was like, oh shit, I have a puppy. I'm being loud. Something's he like barked, and someone's pissed. Okay. Here, it's kind of long, but I think this might be fun to read. I don't actually know who these people are that are fighting. I'm assuming I had to like think about locations, like where the noise complaint is coming from on this letter. I think it's my neighbor that took my garbage she was the neighbor I told a story about where I was I put like a small cardboard box in the garbage instead of the recycling because I didn't know the recycling code, and so I just said fuck it, I'll just not recycle this. And then she's like, oh, can I take it out for you, and like, can I recycle it for you? And I literally walked away and let her dumpster dive to fucking put it in the recycling. So that's, I think, the neighbor that is making the noise, and I think the neighbor that got pissed, I guess she blew up and like got my landlord involved today, is the school teacher neighbor, retired school teacher neighbor. So let's do it. Good morning, ma'am. This is your neighbor. Just would like to apologize. We live in an apartment complex with extremely thin walls. Trust me, I hear the same things you do. The loud bangs, closet shutting, dogs running around, balls bouncing, furniture moving, loud music and TV, etc. See, when I read dogs running around, I was like, oh, fuck, this is about me. Because, I don't know. I kind of got nervous at this point. But I make it a point to be extremely quiet because I know you like to complain about me making noise. Then I knew it wasn't about me because I have never gotten a noise complaint. I hear the same things you do, but I don't mind or I don't complain because I understand that it's a problem for everyone. If I try to be any quieter, the only thing I can do is just breathe. I'm a law student, so I'm literally studying and on my computer from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. I don't have people over ever. Occasionally I'll have my boyfriend come over, but that's usually once a week. Oh, that sucks, dude. I hear the same exact noises you do. I'm sorry you think those noises are coming from me, but I make a point to be as quiet as possible because I don't want to anger you. Here we go. This is the part where I was like, what the fuck? This is so petty. The thing is, my toilet cover is very loud. I know this. And I hate having it up. But I make this sacrifice and leave it up because I realize it is loud. This morning I knocked it over, and this is in red bold, accidentally. And he responded aggressively, banging on the wall. It was an accident, and I was in absolute shock that you reacted the way you did. I think we should act like adults and stop acting like children running around telling on each other. It's quite laughable and immature. Trust me, I felt immature just texting our landlord today, but I was extremely hurt by your actions. Oh, shit. Again, I apologize for my noise. I don't do it maliciously whatsoever. This morning was a complete and total accident, so I was shocked you reacted the way you did. But we are both adults and I'll continue to make it a point to be as quiet as a mouse. Sorry again. I'm truly very sorry about everything that happened today. Please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to speak to you. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Oh my God. I think, here's the thing. It was on the front mailboxes. Wait, 1, 2. This might actually, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me do this puzzle. There's no way it was me because I didn't get any banging on the walls. Someone pissed off at me. I think. Okay, wait, but the guy upstairs, that's a dude. It's not does he have a boyfriend? Wait, is he gay? Maybe I'm reading this like, maybe he's gay. And he's really quiet. He might be the one. And then the woman downstairs is, oh guys, this is door slam neighbor. If it's door slam neighbor, I can see why she'd get pissed. Because she seems angsty about stuff like that. Poor guy has a toilet seat that accidentally fell down. I think it's him. Because why would this letter be on the front mailbox? Because there's like other apartments in the back that I thought this might be. I think it would make more sense. I feel like, I don't know. This doesn't make any sense in your brains because you don't understand the structure of the building. But I just put that together. I'm like, well, there's only 2 people it could be then. If it was at the mailbox, it was in the front. Fuck, I don't know. I just thought that was a fun little intermission. Okay, let's just move on. The last segment here is just like shit from TikTok, shit from scrolling. I did find a great podcast I found. So I told you guys all about Daddy Issues, the dad and the son. I think they're from, is it Boca Raton? I never know the fucking state or country, the fucking country names, the fucking city names in Florida, other than like Miami. Fort Lauderdale and Clearwater Beach and fucking, yeah. So yeah, I think they're from Florida and I talked about them a lot. And then now I found these 2 kids. I feel like they're middle schoolers or high schoolers. Their podcast is called Jumpers Jump. And the reason I love it is because the clips they show on TikTok are just a minute long, right? But they're like packed with these insane theories. These kids have the most they will literally pull like random shit out of pop culture and go, like, I think they broke down something with Drake and Kanye and how Drake and Kim, Drake wrote a song, a diss track or no, what was it? It was like basically they put the lyrics together and they like combined a bunch of information they got and made it sound like Kim cheated on Kanye with Drake. There's like they have the most insane theories. So I don't know. Check them out. They're called Jumpers Jump. Look on Instagram. They have a page for it. So yeah, I saw that. And then there's something going on around. I have like two other things here, and then I'll button this up. Where do I want to go with this? I want to play a TikTok this woman did. I'll just play it now about weak women. It's so on point, and it's a minute long. So just for 1 minute, I don't know, just like strap in. I'm gonna play some audio. 7.3 million views. Jesus. Okay, but she packs it in. Here we go.
Can we normalize the fact that not everybody is a victim? I said that if you stay in a toxic relationship simply because you don't want to be alone, you are weak-minded. And here come the weak women. That's not being weak. Some women just aren't as strong. Right. Weak. Well, that's not weak. Some women just need to heal. You can't heal from a traumatic situation that you're still in. I can't heal a burn if I keep touching the fucking stove. It's impossible. It's a lot easier to call yourself a victim than it is to take responsibility and accountability for the things that you allow and stand up for yourself. The great thing about being weak is you can always gain strength. And for the men that's saying that strong woman mentality is toxic, no, it isn't. You can love a man, respect a man, and build up a man and still be strong. You're just not going to tolerate bullshit. For those of you that think that I don't need a man mentality is toxic, no, it isn't. You don't need anybody in this world. You need water, you need food, you need oxygen, but you do not need another human being in order to function. In fact, if you do, something's wrong with you. Can we normalize?
Goddamn. How do I follow that? Word. Period. 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 It's whenever I see that word, period, there's like a T at the end. That's how I say it. Period. Wow. Do I have to elaborate on that, comment on that? I just like the way she said everything, and it's not strong to work on yourself. Like, what did she say? That women who stay in a toxic relationship, are strong. She was like, fuck that. That's weak shit. Get out. It's being strong is getting out of that. And it's like, I guess there's a lot of, and probably just some like dumbass woke bullshit about like healing yourself while you're in that toxic relationship, and there's like some probably fucking therapy blog out there all about it. I don't know. So there's that, and then let's just follow it up with something kind of deep. There's just like a beautiful TikTok, and there's a quote on it that said this: feeling the need to be busy all of the time is a trauma response and a fear-based distraction from what you'd be forced to acknowledge and feel if you slowed down. I should have like broken that up so it made like okay, here we go. So, feeling the need to be busy all of the time is a trauma response and a fear-based distraction from what you'd be forced to acknowledge and feel if you slowed down. That's the whole like sitting with your thoughts thing, and how our generation's so fucking wound tight, and we're constantly distracted, constantly in motion, constantly like getting that hit from checking our phones. And the second we're just like in our stillness and we're slow and we're not busy, that's when that I feel like a lot of us aren't cool with that. And in fact, let's reflect right now. Let's go to me. This is the Jacqueline Monroe show. I'll circle myself in this conversation here. I think that's why yoga works so well for me. It's really, working out's great. It's definitely like a time to just be with yourself. Think, movement is medicine. It's great. Exercise is amazing, obviously. But there's something to be said about like not blasting music and moving my body and literally just like listening to an instructor like talk to me, and like it's just very simple. And even when I'm just flowing alone, I can't, for whatever reason, I don't do well with, I can play like light music, you know, just some instrumental shit, but I cannot do like a podcast while I'm doing yoga. I mean, I do sometimes. I'm not 100%. But I really like silence, and actually during 2020 I discovered that like I made it a point to do things in silence more often. And I think currently the reason I'm even bringing myself into this, circling myself in, is because I want to get better at that. I really want to. I feel like I really need to put structure around my day to day and have what is it called? No, I love this phrase. No excuses known. What is it? What is the word? Not no excuses. It's like no options, or no. It's like when you're dating someone and you have those things that are like, what is it called when you can't? I'm really struggling. I want to say the word. It's like on the tip of my tongue. No other options. No other. You're not gonna budge no matter what. It's like locked. It's sealed. It's fucking. Yeah, whatever. I want to have those. Those. I want to put on paper like a couple parts of my day, or a couple, like I really think around bedtime I need to get better at this. I don't, and then I'm like, Jacqueline, I don't give Jacqueline, who gives a fuck? You sleep amazing with your phone at your face until you literally close your eyes. Like I feel like the screen doesn't, and who knows, maybe I would feel 10 times better if I didn't do that an hour before bed or whatever, but I do feel like if I had a couple parts of my day where I purposely like spend an hour in silence or whatever, even working, like when I work, just no distractions, just like quiet time. Because a lot of times I have music and shit going. I have Clubhouse on. I'm like working with Clubhouse on the background. Anyways, so I kind of want to move on. That's kind of just like dumb and annoying. No other options, no excuses. What's the word? It's something. Unshakable. Fuck. Ozzy will DM me. He'll tell me what the word is. Whenever I get stumped on something, he sends me a DM. He's like, oh, this is the word you were looking for. He's my Jamie. By the way, he's also a patron. Go over to patreon.com/TJMS. This is my little like ad run in the middle of the episode. Patreon.com/TJMS to get access to my exclusive content, my bonus content, all the extra, like, what the do you guys subscribe to other patrons? Like, it's like I donate to there's like I help a kid in fucking the Middle East. I don't know. Like I don't know how to cancel it, and I'm like, what do you call it? I'm sponsoring a child, and I get an email like every month when it says like, oh, this is however many months of sponsoring the kid and helping them, or I think it was like a food one to help. So I see that. I'm like subscribed to that Patreon, and what am I saying? Anyways, I'm like, do you guys do that? Are you guys on Patreon? Anyways, check mine out, patreon.com/TJMS. I do shout outs every Friday, and I do phone calls, so you get my phone number too, so that's fun. Check it out. But yeah, if there's something about me where I'm like, I cannot like fucking look at myself. If I cancel this, I would feel like shit. And it was one of those things where I like heavily researched to make sure the money was going, it wasn't some scam or some like bullshit thing. So anyways, here's the last thing I'm going to end with. It's sort of like in the realm of relationships and dating, so let's do it. There's a lot of TikToks of girls saying, if he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to, he would. about guys. Like, if he wanted to talk to you, if he wanted to date you, if he wanted to get to know you, if he wanted to take you out, he would. That's the whole idea. And there's some truth in that. I do believe in that. And I do believe, like, knowing if a guy likes you or not should be pretty fucking obvious. And if it's not, he probably doesn't. Like, it's kind of easy to tell. And if you're getting a lot of mixed signals and and you're confused, it's probably not. Well, this is why I'm bringing this up. I do have something to say. I think that whole "if they wanted to, they would" isn't accurate. It's not always the case. And here's why. And I'm just gonna apply like my personal experience to guys pursuing me or talking to me or whatever. I have found that, and obviously there's the whole, like, in our generation, it's cool to act like you don't care. The person who cares less holds the power, and they, you don't want to act too thirsty, and like, you don't want to be too forward but here's what I have to say about that. I don't know why I'm like this, and I think it might just be, I actually think that's attractive. Okay, it's kind of fucked up to admit, but that whole aloof, like not being full on and aggressive and pursuing me makes me more attracted to you. And I think that okay. Like, because every guy, this is why I'm saying this, and this is why I'm talking from personal experience. Like, literally every single time a guy does the great communication, am I fucked up? Is this fucked up? Yes, it is. You guys, just hear me out. Whenever a guy does the great communication, and I could be like super attracted to you, like I could be like super into you, and I think you're great on paper, on social, like before we meet in person, I'm like stalking you, and I'm like, yeah, great, cool. But whenever a guy is too, like, he talks too much, and he's too like texty and too like, I was on the phone I told you guys, I was on the phone with a guy for like 6 hours, and I honestly was just like, we had a great conversation. I don't regret it, but I was kind of like, I was pissed at myself, actually. There's an example of me I literally talked to people on the phone for minimum of 2 hours. But he's like expressing things like about commitment and relationships and dating me, and I'm just like, dude, I've never met you. Like, it's an immediate turnoff. And if guys are ever just like on my ass to hang out all the time, I like don't give a fuck about. I literally just like ghost them. I don't care. It just, I don't know what that is. I like a dance. I like a give and take. I like that tap in, tap out. Don't always come after me, because it makes me think about you more. It makes me wonder about you more. It makes me more like, you're more interesting and mysterious than coming out of the gates full force and just like pursuing me 100%. And maybe here's where I'm at with that. And I think this is maybe obvious. I just feel like I'm a slow cat. I'm a slow chick. I feel like I'd rather build something over time before I do the full on dating thing with you than like, I meet guys and then it's just like, let's hang out, and then it's like the next day, like, hey, we should get coffee and do this, and now let's go on and it's just like, now we're dating, and I'm not ready I just like don't want that. I'd rather do my life, have my independence, do all that shit, and then communicate with you infrequently, and then it gets to the point where we've created some sort of virtual bond or phone call bond, and then there's this like build up, and then we go for it, instead of, I don't know, guys, I just don't know. I'm thinking of recent things where I'm like, immediately, if a guy is just too aggressive, I'm like, out. It's like a turn off. And that's messed up because in the guy's mind, he's like, I have great communication. I'm doing all the right things, da da da. I just don't think they realize some girls, and I don't think this is this applies to everyone, but you have to like be kind of cool and aloof and mysterious and not so. Because I don't like something that's I like a fucking, what's the energy? I like a, is it the bad boy thing? Am I fucking into the bad boy fucking? I am. Okay, like I am in terms of like, fucking A, Jacqueline. I'm into like the, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But the whole if they wanted to they would thing is not always the case, and a lot of us are making calculated decisions. Like, here's the thing. I believe there are guys out there that want to talk to me more often than they do, but they're making calculated decisions because they're fucking smart and they know that some girls run the fuck away and they'll get annoyed by it and turned off by it and they'll stop being interested in you if you keep coming at them too often and too frequently. So they're making those calculated decisions. They know what they're doing. And I think two people that are on the same page with that will eventually come together and it'll be fine, or it'll work out because they weren't overbearing in the beginning. And guys, I am talking from the perspective of a fucking social media addicted millennial with dating profiles and fucking like the new age way of thinking about relationships and dating, because it's not 1950 and we're not out in person constantly now, at the fucking sock hop drinking a milkshake at the diner. Like, it's different. So I don't know, just be cool, dude. Just like, I don't know, don't. Oh my god, and the fucking emojis some guys use, guys. Just guys that don't use emojis are the hottest ones. Too many emojis. Okay, you can use emojis, but too many of the fucking upside down face emoji. I'm just telling you guys what I like. Everyone is different. This is just me. I have specific triggers. And I don't give a fuck. I'm like, you know what? That's just me being honest. And I know that might be, you might be like, wow, this girl's a lot. She's a lot. But you know what? I'm owning it. For the first time, I'm like, hey, I actually like myself. I think I'm fun and cool and interesting, and I'm not a loser. And it's taken me all of my 20s to get to this point. So I'm going to own my shit now. I'm going to say things with confidence that might sound fucked up and might sound weird and unacceptable to a lot of people. And that's just what it is. Apparently, when animals hibernate, they don't go to sleep for 3 months like we were told in elementary school. This is another TikTok thing I saw. I forget where I saw it, but it's basically we've been lied to about hibernation. And I'm going to Google this actually and look it up. But apparently when like bears hibernate, they don't like eat a bunch of food first and then like lay in their cave until the spring comes. They're just slower. They just move slower. But that's what the TikTok said. Wait. Hibernation. The condition or period of an animal or plant spending the winter in a dormant state. Hibernation of bears, or bear hibernate. Blah. I forgot about this. This is like a random note I wrote. Bears hibernate during the winter but aren't sleeping the whole time. Hibernation for bears simply means they don't need to eat or drink and rarely urinate or defecate, or not at all. Bears do not wake up, however, and move around inside the den. fuck? Ask a wildlife biologist, do bears really sleep all winter? Let's find out. Yeah, I guess there's like a lot of shit on TikTok about this because I think all kids were like, until this, I had the impression when hibernation equals like in a coma for 3 months or however many months, multiple months until the spring, until it's warm. And they're like Han Solo frozen, and then they fucking de-thaw. And they're full of berries and shit, like bears. They're full of salmon and berries. Bears will leave their den on occasion, particularly when the den gets flooded or is badly damaged. Dude, it'd be so awesome to be a bear. Like, they have nothing to worry about, right? Unless a wolf fucks them up. Like, I feel like if you're hibernating, you're vulnerable, but I feel like bears are just chilling because they're bears. If food is present, a bear does not have to hibernate unless it is pregnant or winter conditions are severe enough, such as found in Alaska. Cubs are born about 2 months into hibernation but aren't able to walk or feed on their own until they are about 6 months old. The den is a safe environment for the cubs as they grow. Dude, bear cubs are so cute. There were bear cubs at my college. We had like a bear at Washington State University. We had a grizzly bear. It wasn't much of a sanctuary. They were there being studied. They literally were born in the cages and everything. Like, they don't know what the wild is. They've never even seen it. So that still makes me uncomfortable, but I feel like when people ask me what my favorite animal is, grizzly bear is in the top 3. Like, I fucking love grizzly bears. I think all the animals I like are very Pacific Northwest. Like, okay, we got bald eagle, orca whale, grizzly bear, bald eagle, orca whale, grizzly bear. Wait, what am I missing? Wolf? I know. I'm just gonna go with those as my top 3. Eagles, grizzly bears, and what are they called? Orca whales, because of Free Willy. Free Willy! So yeah, maybe you just learned something. They move slowly around their den, but they don't actually stay asleep the whole time. Dude, I want to look up a bear den picture. Bear den. Whoa. I have a den animal in my apartment now. My puppy's a den animal. A former wolf. Now he's a golden retriever. Now he's a very cute, funny-looking wolf. And he likes to burrow. He likes to go into the nooks and crannies in the apartment and be in the dark. He sleeps under my bed. And I'm okay with that because he feels safe. And then every morning our routine is he gets excited. He knows it's the morning. Every morning at 6 a.m. we wake up. And he comes and jumps up. And I have to lift him on the bed. And then he immediately goes over to my neck and just like flops his head on my neck. And I think I've posted so many pictures of this, but that's his spot. And I feel like it's for cuddling and, he wants to, snuggle me and be close to me. But I feel like it's also for protection. Like, he's like, I'm going to protect you. So he's just like, every morning, it's the same shit. And this is also before bed. Before bed, I'll lay on my pillow and then he'll just set his neck or his head over my neck. And I don't know. I'm sure all dog owners have some sort of like routine they do with their dog, or there's like a daily thing that happens with their dog, and that's mine. That's like it's like every single time. It's not like a sometimes thing. It's like every night before I go to sleep and every morning he cuddles me and puts his head on my neck. Anyways, okay, bear dens are not that exciting, honestly. It's just like, okay, there's like a hole and then there's a cave and they're inside it. What a way to die. Damn. What's that movie I never saw with Leonardo? Oh, Leo. He won the Oscar for it. DiCaprio. Is that one? Oh, wait a minute. The Revenant. Wait. Okay, wait. Wasn't it a joke for the longest time that Leo never won an Oscar? And then the Oscar he won. So when he won the Oscar for the he won it for The Revenant, right? But he never talked in the entire episode. Fucking episode, the entire movie. But he made noises when the bear fucking took his head off or whatever the fuck. Would he eat his ass first? I heard that. The bear started at his ass. Leonardo DiCaprio Oscar. I was at the gym in college. I remember it was on the TV. I wasn't at an Oscar party. I was doing cardio. I was trying to look skinny for the weekend parties. Leonardo DiCaprio. It was on Sunday. Oscars are always on Sunday. Leonardo DiCaprio. How do you say it? DiCaprio Oscar. The Revenant. Yeah. He didn't even talk. I actually have a picture on my old phone of being at the gym and like him holding the Oscar on TV because it was like a big deal that he won it. But yeah. Damn, what year was that? 2016. Damn. Dude, time is flying, and I really feel distant from college now. And what am I? How many years out am I from that? 16, 17, 18. Holy fuck. I graduated in 2016. I'm 5 years out. Wait, 17, 18, 19, 20, 4 years, four full years out of college. And then I'm going into year 5. Okay, that's kind of crazy. And I will be 27 this year. Oh my God, like, that's actually wild. I've had a good ride. I feel like, it's been kind of shitty. I mean, 2020 was rough. It was fucking rough for me, but I like that I'm finding myself now in a real way, in a super, like, no bullshit. I'm not doing any, like, meditation trips or doing ayahuasca or fucking, like, doing any, like, external shit to like figure myself out. I'm literally just, I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like the podcast is helping so much. I'm just sitting with myself and I'm putting it all out there, and I feel like that's helping me find who I am more than like doing some drugs or like going to the desert or going to some like retreat and hearing someone use a bunch of fluffy words to say that about healing yourself and discovering like your truths and your passion. It's like, until you fucking sit down, this is why therapy's great, and talk it out in this, like and I'm doing it daily. I'm doing it for like an hour every single day. I don't feel like you really know yourself, or you really have that. It's still in your mind. Honestly, I will, this is just from personal experience, but this is what I truly believe. I believe that obviously depression can be cured by talking to someone, but like, I think we all need to hear our soul speak. We need to hear our thoughts turn into words. I think words are medicine. I think this whole like me solo podcasting and talking out loud is fucking medicine. It's fucking it's like a therapeutic healing practice. I don't know. I guess it could be argued, well, that's the same as talking to your friends or going to a therapist, but I don't know. It's just I'm talking from personal experience, but me before all of this was in my head, and I kept a lot of shit to myself. I wasn't being vulnerable with strangers, which I think is a huge step in healing and making progress in your life, is sharing your story and talking about it and just not caring about judgment, and literally just like, I am absolutely, this is like an Aubrey Marcus word, I'm surrendering. I'm just like absolutely no inhibitions, I don't care. Like, it's honestly the best I've ever felt. But back to what I was saying is I'm 5 years out from college or whatever. I feel like the last couple years have been kind of rough, not ideal. I've been finding myself, but I like that I'm doing that now, because I just look ahead at like this year and moving forward, like, wow, I just put so much work in, and it's only going to be, I can just tell, like, I'm so equipped for life. Like, I feel like I'm in such a good place. 165 days of talking to myself in a row. Like, I'm still going. I'm not stopping, but it's definitely made an impact, and I think it's accelerated my personal growth. It's accelerated the development of my brain and liking myself. And it's extreme. Yeah, I know. It's like, what the fuck? Why do you do it every day? But it's kind of like going to the gym. Like, I can't, at this point, I need to, like, it's like I have to do it to be okay. No, I'm kidding. It's also creative and fun. There's that aspect, but I feel like I'm just incorporating it into my life, where it's like going to work out, except I'm working out my brain. And I know there's a lot of studying of the brain now, and there's a lot of like talk about, the Neuralink stuff, and a ton of talk about mental health and wellness and all that shit, but it's true. Like, the mind is everything. It all starts up in your brain, and fucking tend to it, babysit it, work on it. It's awesome. I love, I think, like, I just want other people to figure, I think a lot of people don't like themselves, and I was one of them for so long, and I'm not 100%. There are days when I'm like, I'm fucking disgusting. I hate myself. Like, I'm not 100%, but I think if I could help everyone just like find, like, just like, how do I say this? Like, fully express who they are at all times, and just feel comfortable about that, and not feel like they have to morph and change and adapt to their surroundings all the time, and like act a certain way, and and like, I feel like I'm around a lot of people, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna fucking say it. There's a lot of like dumbed down versions of human beings around me when I'm out in public, and just like no one is really letting it fly. It seems like everyone's just kind of like, everyone's fucking boring, and they're just not like, and I think it's from social media. I think our phones, I think all of our fucking profiles, and all that aesthetic Instagram shit is killing personality. It's killing being eccentric or eclectic. What's the fucking word? Like, being like weathered and interesting in culture, and like fucking like everyone is just fucking the same. Not everyone. See, I'm saying general statements. When I say general statements, it's not always, you know what I mean. Especially with kids now, like, I'd love to go hang out at a high school and just be like, what the fuck, to observe it, because I don't know. I think I finally cracked. Because I realized, in order for me to be well and to like move forward in life, I was, in my 20s, and like get my shit together, I had to literally get on a fucking microphone and be myself 100% with zero. I know it's like a cliche, but like no fucks. Like, legitimately, I don't care about getting canceled. I don't care about offending anyone, or like, I'm not here to make friends with everybody anymore and please everyone and appeal to everyone like I was before, where I fit into all those little boxes that all these people fucking live in now. And I literally just like, and it all happened very randomly, but I'm so glad it did, because I found how fulfilling and great life has been since I made this decision. Because I'm like, as I say all the time, like, I'm hearing my soul speak. I'm hearing the real me come out every day. It's like emerging. It was always there, but I never practiced expressing it. I always suppressed and fit in with everything around me. And I was like a little fucking Tetris piece, just trying to like fit into any group I was in, into anything. And now I walk in the room, I'm like, this is me. I'm not going to dumb anything down here. Take it or leave it. Okay? I'm not always brash and insane like I get on the fucking podcast. Okay? I'm like cute and ditzy sometimes too. Like I am. I'll own that. I do. There's a nice balance there when I like I don't know. And it's fun as fuck. I feel like it's fun as fuck to sit with yourself and fucking get it out. It's just like it's like a hobby. You know, it's my passion obviously. I never shut the fuck up about podcasting, but yeah, I just want to be fuck, I don't know. It's a whole Logan Paul quote that I talked about the other day where he posted something like a response to a question on his IG like Q&A, and it was like something along the lines of someone asked him like, what's your greatest like accomplishment or whatever in 2020 or something like that, and he said becoming someone I love. And I've talked about this before, but I that like I literally screenshot it. I was like, whoa, like being the type of person that you would like want other people to look up to and you would want as a role model for your kids, like being that person, being someone you love, I think is so important. I just love how he worded it, because I think obviously in his past it was fucking rough, all that Japan shit, all that vlogging crazy ass shit. I don't think he loved, like, I don't, you know, it was part of his learning experience and life story and journey, but I think now when I look at Logan Paul and I think of the stuff he's doing, like I can see why he can say that with confidence, that he's become someone he loves. I think he's doing a lot of things that are just like, I don't know, just I guess more fucking sane and normal and level-headed and not so crazy ass and like his younger vlog shit. But anyways, I feel that too. Like I feel like I'm becoming someone I love, and that's cool. All right, that kind of got deep. I did like news. I read the neighbor feud letter. Yeah, the fucking crazy news today was probably my favorite part of this episode. In other news, GameStop's got a hearing tomorrow. I think it's the first hearing of GameStop. I think it's at 9 a.m. And I'm going to be a fucking Zamboni driver every fucking night, cleaning up my floors. Like, I just see myself, like, this is so dumb shit, but, like, having a mini Zamboni. You know, do you guys know what those are? Whenever I went ice skating, I always thought it was funny that the Zamboni thing would drive around the rink. I just can see myself having, like, an apartment-sized Zamboni, but it's, like, for hardwood floors and like, fucking marble and tile and shit, and I, like, sit on that every night in my PJs, and I have, like, all my skincare on, and I'm sitting there just, like, driving it around because I have a dog, and it's fucking hairy everywhere, and there's grime everywhere, and I just, like, it's, like, my last thing I do every day. Like, you guys have to understand, like, just mopping my floor every night it's fine. Like, I don't care that much, and I don't have to do it. It's just, I feel better about, like, waking up and then the floor's, like, really nice. Because I don't have a yard. I mean, he lives in what's he going to be like with, like, his big, long hair? Am I just going to have to get used to this? I think apartment people or apartment dog people just kind of let the shit, they just, like, kind of live with it. I don't know. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Hit that subscribe button. I'm here 7 days a week. Head over to patreon.com/TJMS to get access to my bonus content, my exclusive content. Become a patron. It's fun. I do shout outs. I do phone calls. Check it out. Patreon.com/TJMS. And it's pay to play. No such thing as a free fucking lunch, okay? It's pay to play. And then follow me on Instagram at Jacqueline Monroe. And if you're on Clubhouse, I'm on Clubhouse. I know. I'm on it at Club Jacqueline. Follow me there. And yeah, hope you guys had a great Wednesday. And I will talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys.